What's up, Aries gang? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. That is me. My name's Annie. I'm so happy to have you all here up in the teacup with me. Happy birthday to all the Aries out there. Cross watchers are welcome too. We are going to do your April 2020 general tarot readings. The beginning of this reading is going to be love and romance. The end of it will be career and finances. Here on YouTube, as always, general messages is what I spin out for you guys. That means not everything I say will resonate with everyone out there. Know that in advance, right? It's up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Ultimately, I ask you to take away only the messages that resonate with you, that serve you in some capacity, that motivate you, inspire you, illuminate you to something new, or confirm something you needed to hear. I come at this with love and positivity. I ask that that is what you take away here today. Anything that feels strange or foreign or doesn't make sense to you, drop it like it's hot. That means it's a message for someone else. Have faith that it's going out to someone else who needs to hear it. Give these messages time to resonate though too. Sometimes something will click in a few days, in a few weeks. If that's the case, take it and run with it. Those are my general tarot rules. Everything else is written in the description box below for you, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media and the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can. And happy birthday. Did I say that yet? To all my Aries. I didn't even realize how many great friends of mine are Aries. The last week I've been like, oh my God, it's this person's birthday. And this person, oh my goodness, you Aries people, you're everywhere. You're surrounding me anyway. So hopefully I'm connecting with lots of Aries out there in these messages here today. All right. One more card here for Aries. All right, let's do it, guys. So I'm going to look in at your person first. If you don't currently have a person, this could represent someone coming in. It could also represent somebody from your past too. So keep an open heart, keep an open mind. Only take away what resonates. So your person and their energy is presenting as the Hermit card. So for many of you, it might be a Virgo, but your person actually has a lot of anxiety, or they're having insomnia, trouble sleeping at night. I actually think it's more that. There might be sort of a crisis of faith going on, or kind of, yeah, I mean, obviously with what's going on globally right now, there is a lot of unknowns, there is a lot of uncertainty, but this person actually seems to be riddled with anxiety, or if it's not that, they're having some sort of a very active imagination of, I don't know if it's things they're looking to do or things that they're wanting to accomplish, but their mind, it's almost like I'm getting a film projection. It keeps spinning out images almost projected on a wall, but it's keeping them awake at night. They're not able to sleep. It's their mind is always active. And so they seem to be very exhausted during the day. I don't know if you live with this person or if you see them, but there's something about they always look exhausted. It's something about, it's like they're aging themselves by not getting enough sleep. They're just, so they may need to focus a little bit more on their self-care, their spiritual, mind, body, and spirit. Spiritual hygiene, taking care of themselves, emotionally, physically, mentally. I'm kind of getting they're spinning out. There's kind of a lot going on in their mind right now. They should probably spend some time in faith, or doing something with their faith or their spirituality or their meditation, or even if it's not something that's quote spiritual, some sort of outlet that allows them to express what's going on internally, just so they can get it up and out. It's almost like their subconscious is just it's like running a race. It's running a mile a minute, but there's no ease. There's no rest. And so, yeah, something about something is frozen in time. They can't quite remove themselves from. I don't know if they're replaying an incident or an experience that happened over and over and over again, but it's they're not doing anything to solve it or fix it or pull themselves away from it. They're just, they're spinning out. I feel bad for your person. They seem a little bit anxious, but so that actually I'm going to throw one thing on it just because I'm kind of curious. What is the general theme of this? I think they miss you. Some of them, they're thinking about you and they're worried about you. They're also worried about their father, the health of their father. And they might be worried about an ex or somebody filing a complaint about them or a lawsuit. I'm getting there was some sort of misunderstanding and it put them in a bad light. Something about someone shed a bad light on them or misspoke or said something that made them look like a guilty party, or that they did something it's like someone thought they had malicious intent about the way they did something, but it wasn't true. It was false, but they're worried someone's going to take legal action against them. Specifically a female. They're worried about a female taking some sort of legal action against them, and they already know in advance that it makes them look bad. And I'm sorry, I'm not getting a lot of clarification on exactly what happened. I'm just getting false person adjudication is what came up there. So maybe your person works in the court system. Maybe your person is, I mean, it could be maybe they're a lawyer or a judge, or they're on some court case, and maybe this is sort of like the extraneous stuff that's going on in their life, even if it's not directly involving them. It could be involving their father or someone in their family. Yeah, actually, that could be it too. It could be involving like someone in their family is going through some sort of weird court case, and they're very anxious about the results because they believe that this person is in the clear and that they are like not guilty or something about that. But until like the final verdict comes through, they're very shaken. They're very anxious and nervous. But yeah, this person is also thinking about you and missing you as well. And they're frustrated that they can't be with you. They're frustrated that they can't see you. They feel like they're like locked in like a prison of their mind, but also like in their space. You know, if everybody's quarantining, I'm getting that they're at a distance, and yeah, it's like all they can do is say hi over like social media or over like a screen, and they want to be with you in person. If you've already kind of been dating, like they miss being with you physically, they miss your touch, and it's very frustrating to them that they can't do that. So mentally where they're at, I mean, this is a great card. It's courageous. It's courage. The opposite end, like the lower vibration of that, is someone who's very cocky or has an ego, but I don't sense that at all. So mentally, this person is quite strong. Mentally, they will overcome, but then they also have this going on. So are you dealing with a Gemini? No, I'm just kidding. There's so much duality there. That's a very unusual pairing, but okay, let's see. So I'm hearing this song it's a very obscure song, but it's actually a really cute song. It's called Back to You by Coconut Records, Jason Schwartzman's one-man band. It's Wouldn't It Be Good If You Could Stay, but I know you can't, and I know you wouldn't anyway. I know you have to go, but why won't you take me with you? And then the chorus is, I will wait as long as it will take to get me to, or I will wait as long as it will take me to get back to you. So I think this person has great faith that they will see you again, but it's almost like they know it's going to be an uphill battle. They know it's going to be like a mountain to climb. They may have lots of obstacles posing challenges or obstacles in getting to you. This could be difficulty in traveling to get to you as well, particularly if your person's like a germaphobe and like the idea of getting on an airplane or something is really like, and I'm not saying that like they're in the wrong. I'm not saying they're crazy. Obviously that does pose a threat and that does pose a challenge, but this person's willing to fight to get to you because you are their source of passion and inspiration. You light their world up. You light their fire. We are the champions. Why is the Six of Wands coming up in this person's mental energy? It's like mentally they're trying to be strong for you. Yeah, they're trying to put on a guise of confidence and that, you know, like warrior mode. They want you to feel very safe and secure with them with them being in your life, even if it's sort of like they have to fake it a little bit because they don't want to show you their vulnerability. They don't want to show you that they're actually quite scared. And so this whole like court case thing, obviously that's oddly specific and it's not a message for everyone, but there is stuff going on in their personal life that is giving them a lot of anxiety. It's weighing heavily on their heart, but they probably haven't spoken to you about that. I'm getting that it's very concealed. It's almost like the metaphor of like they threw, it's like someone trying to hide something in their house, like they throw a cover over it or they throw a blanket over it so that you can't see what's there. It's not necessarily that they're hiding anything like really bad. It's just, I don't know if there's a little bit ashamed or embarrassed about it. It could be something like with their brother maybe facing like time in prison or jail, or there's like family drama here, which is kind of weird. But in regards to you, I just keep hearing like, I'll wait as long as it takes to get back to you. Like I'm going to do it. I'm here for the long haul. I will fight for this relationship to work. The action they're taking is is motivation and inspiration to potentially travel. So if you're waiting for this person to come see you, I think they will, but either they have to muster up the energy or the courage. Maybe it's scraping together like the finances to do it. But there's something about an obstacle in their heart space. It's like they're mentally preparing for like, they're anticipating the difficulty of it. So I don't know if you have bad blood with this person or if they're vying for your attention, but they're trying to get their head in the game. They have tons of wands. So fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They do have a lot of Leo cards. But yeah, it's all about strength and endurance and fighting through warrior mode. But I mean, their action card is great. It's very hyper-sexualized too. Like it's charged with sexuality and passion. So I mean, I just keep getting in their heart, they're willing to fight for you. They'll do whatever it takes, which I don't really know how you feel about that, but we'll see. You may have rejected them once, or they may be facing rejection like weirdly in other areas of their life. I don't know if they lost a job or, I'm not necessarily predicting that. I'm only saying because bottom of their deck, they're kind of, and maybe this is representing you, but there's spilled cups, there's past emotions that didn't work out, that broke their heart, but there's fresh new opportunities there. But I'm almost getting that they're anticipating your rejection. And so it's almost like they're coming in, like I won't take no for an answer. Like I'm going to fight for this. It's not something you need to be fearful of. It's not like this person is going to push their way into your life, even if you don't want them to. I mean, they'll take a hint, right? But it's almost like they're very determined that you are the prize to be won because they respect you. There's something about they feel like you were their partner in life, maybe like a soulmate or something. There's some sort of spiritual connection where they feel like they're being guided to go towards you spiritually. Again, you don't need to be freaked out about that message. I don't think your person's crazy, but I mean they definitely have feelings for you. Yeah, as I'm going through all this, I'm realizing like the energy does seem very intense. So if you're not into this person, it's a little bit like, whoa, buddy, back off. But there's the card of falseness. It came out in reverse. So that means, like, to me, it means they're tried and true. The way a pet is very loyal to you. I'm getting all these sexual messages. I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube, but I don't know if you must have slept with this person already or have some sort of like sexual chemistry, because that is sort of one of the, I don't want to say the main crux of what's keeping them going, but they have intense stamina and drive in multiple areas in their life. And like they're ready to chase that, you know what. Do you get what I'm saying there? That's what I just heard. Interesting. All right, Aries. Good Lord. I feel like I called you Leo earlier, did I? It's because you have so many Leo cards. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, there's a lot of fire energy here, so this could potentially represent you as well. This person also may have lost a pet that is very near and dear to them, specifically like a kitty cat. Random messages come through just for confirmation for people watching. So for one or two of you, again, I'm not predicting that, but there's a couple cards of falseness. And it came up in the upright here, and then it came up in the reverse. And it has something to do with a court case or someone needing to prove their innocence. Even if it's not literal court case, it might be to you. It's like they have to prove their true intentions to you, and in which case it's almost like you're the judge. You're the one who sort of has to hear them out and hear where they stand. Oh God, am I getting Aries? Every time I get the same message for you. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying for different messages. But anyway. Going back to this, they may have done something that upset you in the past, and it's sort of like the judgment rests in your hands of whether or not they can come back from doing something that painted them in a poor light. I think they're extremely remorseful and sorry if that's the case. But yeah, they're persistent. They're going to keep knocking on your door until you give them a second chance. And again, not in a creepy stalker way. It's just, I think they've come to realize like the error of their way. And there's like, is there any hope for this relationship? I'm really hoping there is. But they're worried that you're like, done. Like, you fired. They're worried you're going to reject them. But what they really want in their heart of hearts is a reunion, is a celebration. If this doesn't have to do with someone new, again, it's just someone who you've sparked their intrigue and they see a tremendous amount of passion when they think about you. Yeah, this says give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So that's coming up on their sector. I think they're trying to come in and make something right, or again, come in and extend some sort of offer of communication to you. I'm just curious. Let's throw some signs on that for confirmation. Definitely Virgo and fire signs are here very much. Maybe a Libra. So Pisces, Capricorn, and Scorpio came out, if those are meaning anything to anyone. And you do have another Capricorn card down here in your sector. So let's look at your sector. What's going on here? What does the universe want you to know about this? So in your energy, you're coming off as the devil. Don't freak out. This is a card of Capricorn. This can go a couple ways. Sometimes the devil card can be just extreme sexual passion. It can sometimes be lust, right? And that does seem to be a message. I have 3 cards indicating like a lot of sexualized energy. In your head, you have the King of Pentacles, so looking to be responsible. You're also being very cautious of who you give your love to, who you give your heart to. You're trying to surround yourself by people who are very reliable. People who aren't just going to take your heart and stomp all over it. You're being protective of your energy, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You might be very stubborn in terms of your communication back and forth with someone. It's like you have high criteria. You have a high set of standards. This card has actually come up quite a bit in all my readings so far. It's typically Taurus energy, but could also be Virgo or Capricorn, Earth energy. You're being very pragmatic, very practical about how you proceed in love. Mentally, you're in a very good place mentally, very strong, very well-grounded, well-rooted. In your heart, in your emotional sector, you have the 7 of Cups. So I don't think you're putting all your eggs in one basket. I actually think that you have several romantic suitors and you know it, or you're just keeping your options open. As I said, I am sort of getting this idea that this person is very much into you, but you're a little bit on the fence. And maybe it's just because you don't know who this person is yet. That's completely possible. It could be a Leo as well. Yeah, a Leo's coming through pretty strong here too. And then in your action or a card or, the movement you will be making, you have the Ace of Swords. So that to me is a card of victory, new beginnings, communication with clarity, with truth, with honesty. You both have aces in your movement towards each other. And so this could be you communicating with, you being the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, obviously. You could be communicating with another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But yeah, you're both looking to reciprocate communication. So if this person reaches out, I think you will respond back. Their communication is going to be packed with much more warmth and flirtation. Yours is going to be very, very blunt, very honest, very truthful, but a little bit more cold. Again, your passion is much more restrained than theirs is right now. Because for most of you anyway, this doesn't feel like you're looking for a booty call. You're being very restrained with who you're giving your love to. You're waiting for the right one who makes you feel passion. Makes you feel. Let's clarify the devil. I'm curious. You might be thinking about a Capricorn, and if that's the case, I don't think this person is a Capricorn. In fact, if you have options, you may have multiple earth signs as well as fire signs interested in you. Not a lot of water here, though. Not a lot of cups here either. So there's passion, but is there actual, authentic love? I guess that would be my question. The heat of the night. The Hanged Man. Yeah, there is an element of you put this person in your place. You're trying to teach them a difficult lesson, and there's a sense of punishment. And again, on your person, shame. And it's like you may have put a stop to the bullshit, and you're like, don't come at me unless you've matured, or don't come at me unless you're going to fix this and whatever. Your person may have in the past had wandering eyes. There may have been some, and it's not coming through in this spread. I'm just throwing out scenarios. In the past, they may have had trouble being faithful. And if that was the case, you were done with it. You weren't putting up with it. Because for a while, it felt like somebody kept you on the back burner. And again, this could be someone else too. I think you're waiting around for the person that you're excited about, that you're very, there's a lot of passion in your heart for someone, but I'm getting that the communication with them isn't here yet, or it has come to a halt. Again, a Capricorn or maybe a Pisces. I don't think that's the person who's coming up in this spread earlier for most of you. But you like them more, and so I think you're leaning more towards, if they were to reach out, you would be more apt to go after that one and put out the fire, snuff out the fire. So particularly if you're dealing with a fire sign. Also, someone who smokes, you don't like that. Yeah, you're wanting to snuff out their cigarette. It's funny, I said that to another sign. I think it was Libra. I don't know if that means anything. Yeah, you're much more excited for someone else. And there's something, this is a weird message, and it's just what the cards are saying, so don't freak out. But there's something about the person you're interested in. They're like a bad boy or like a bad girl. There's something kind of like dangerous and sexy and mysterious about them. And maybe it's just the newness of it. Maybe it's just because you don't know them as well. So if it's not like a bad boy, there's an element of mystery. It's very, you're sort of like inquisitive or curious about it. You may be actually like spying on them on social media or like checking in with them to see what they're up to. Because yeah, there's an element of mystery there where you don't know what's going to unfold. You don't know what's going to unravel, and you're intrigued by that. You're excited. Again, I'm getting two different storylines here. So let's clarify this Seven of Cups in your heart spread. Again, romantic options. That's the only cups you have. Cups being our emotions, our intuition, our spirituality, our faith. There's something about a memory of being at the beach with someone and something significant happened at the beach. So I don't know if, I'm going both ways. Maybe you made love and it was beautiful and it was under the stars, or maybe it was the opposite. It could have been something like you had something about a really difficult argument or a fight that day, and something about you were sweating in the sun. And yeah, there's something about a memorable story of something that happened at the beach. It also could have been with a pet, like if you brought your dog, or what else would you bring to a beach, right? But maybe it's a child, something about like a small creature or a small person at the beach. You were trying to shield them from the argument, or shield them from the sun, or shield them from like the sexual passion. I don't know, something about a child at the beach, and it could be a memory from your childhood about, maybe you just have, I don't know why it's coming up, but you have nostalgia about being at the beach with your childhood, but there is an element of feeling unsafe, wanting to feel like you can latch on to something like a parent. I don't know if maybe like you had like an unfortunate incident where you like got swept up in a wave and it kind of took you out, and you panicked, and did you get caught in the riptide, right? I don't know, something like that. And you were clutching to be safe in someone's arms. So that could be a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Again, it could also be a parent if this is like a child-parent thing. You felt safe in their arms, but you didn't feel safe in the space or the experience. So maybe that whole thing is a metaphor for something that happened in a relationship, even if it wasn't at the beach. The idea of being swept up in a wave and in like anarchy and questioning the safety of it all. Something about that is coming up, even in your subconscious, can be cups, like our heart space, our emotions, are the fear of whom you're surrounding yourself by. Yeah, you want to make sure you're surrounding yourself by people who have good intent. And I feel like maybe in the past you feel like you made a poor decision in letting someone into your life. Something about the mother-child relationship, so that could be your mother or that could be your child, depending on if you're female. Something about the feminine bond, the mother-child relationship, is very important here. That may be where you get a lot of your spiritual guidance. That person could be a mentor in your life, or vice versa. There's something about an unbroken bond there that's been a stability in your life, and it's saying it's rock solid. So maybe it's saying, consult the people you value most about your relationships. And for some of you, right? Not everyone. For some of you, it's your mother. Even if your mother is passed, she still watches over you and tries to connect with you spiritually. That's nothing you need to be freaked out by. And it's something about, you may have your mother's cat, or your mother, or a cat can feel like, especially if your mother has passed and is no longer in, on this earth, so to say, it's something about your cat senses the vibes of energies and spirits. And that's a big one. That's a big one for a lot of my Aries out there. There's something, your pet, right, is spiritually in tune and feels the energy of your ancestors that watch over you. Yeah, that's a big one. Underscore for some of you. That's very important. All right, so you have the Devil card coming up again, a Capricorn. So is this your mother? Was your mother a Capricorn? It doesn't have to be your mother, guys. It could be a parental figure. It could be your father. It could be a grandmother. It could, take only if it resonates. They're trying to free you or liberate your heart or your mind from a relationship that kept you shackled, a relationship that kept you in the dark. It's almost like you got led into something and it was a false sense of security or a false comfort zone simply because it was familiar. But there is a sense of a false person. They misled you, or you were misled to believe something, and then you ended up this has already happened. You kind of ended up getting your ass handed to you, and it's kind of like, I'm never going to make that mistake again. Especially if you're thinking, I've cut them off once and for all. You have protectors around you. There's something about your spirit guides, your guardian angels are wanting you to reach out for better cups of love, for better opportunities, higher vibrational people who offer you safety and security and like everlasting love. Isn't that a song? Everlasting love, do, 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 do. Open up your heart, something, 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 everlasting love. I love that song. I don't know why that's coming through. It's actually like a really light, positive song, which is good because it was getting kind of heavy there. And maybe you're just dealing with a Capricorn, particularly a past ancestor that was a Capricorn. They're looking out for you. And they want you to bust free. They want you to liberate yourself from unhealthy patterns of thoughts or beliefs regarding relationships, even if those unhealthy thoughts are just that I'm not good enough and that I am going to have to settle for someone who only kind of loves me. They're saying bullshit, like order, like, you're out of order, like something, or what is it that they say in a courthouse? Objection. That's what it is. Your ancestors saying objection, like you are good enough. You do deserve love. Yeah, so some of you have a Scorpio that's trying to come into your life, or a Sagittarius. It might be a Scorpio Sag cusper that wants to communicate with you, and their communication is higher vibrational. It's much more intellectual. It's much more, it's from a place of absolute truth. They are a skilled communicator, and what you see is what you get with them. They're very blunt and honest, but honestly, Aries, I think that's what you're looking for. It's something about the suit matches yours. The suit, maybe a piece of clothing, a suit, I don't know. But what I meant was the elemental suit. It's sword energy. That's the communication you're putting out. And it might be with another air sign, another air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or again, a Scorpio or a Sag. You have major arcana coming out here. So transitions, brand new cycles, leaving behind the people that don't serve us and making room for abundance, for new beginnings. It could be someone who's involved in the arts or entertainment, someone who puts on a little show, someone who's asked you to be in their show or asked you to model in their show or perform in their play, or maybe they're writing a part for you. It's someone who's involved, potentially, not everyone, someone who's involved in like the arts or entertainment industry or something very creative and kind of wacky and kind of silly, a one-man band, a one-man show, a stand-up comedian. There's something very lighthearted and refreshing about this energy. With two aces, I think you're looking for something new. You're looking to free yourself from like the devil or again, things or people that kept you in the dark. I think you're moving towards newness. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Yeah, for some of you wanting to communicate with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that looks very solid to me. That looks very good. All right, I'm going to pause you and we're going to do career and finances. All right, y'all, let's get some brand new messages for career and finances from my Aries squad. Career and finances, what do they need to know? Lord help us, right? With the corona thing, everything is so uncertain right now. But again, take only what resonates. For my Aries squad, what do they need to know about job, career? Ooh, beautiful card. Job, career, finances, internships, money, payouts, retirement, loans, anything regarding career and finances that Aries needs to know about. For my Aries squad. Aries, Aries, Aries. I like when they jump rather than picking them out. There we go. Spirit's like, ask and you shall receive. All right, let's get a few more jumpers for Aries. For Aries, money, career, and finances. That one's kind of sticking out. I'll take that. Okay, let's take a look. All right. So your cards are solid. It's not terrible. You're wrapping up some sort of cycle, something that you've worked tremendously hard on, but it's been a bitch. It has not been a labor of love. It's like, yeah, bringing it may be that you've had to like rally a group of people together or a team together to get them to actually output the amount of work they need to do, especially if you're like a supervisor in a leadership position. It's kind of like, come on guys, get it together. Like we're almost there. Let's make it to the goal, make it to the finish line, so to say. You're wrapping that up. Yeah, especially those who are in a leadership position. With the Hierophant coming up, it's a card of Taurus. You may have strong Taurus in your chart. You could be an Aries Taurus cusper. You're moving towards what you love, though, and that might be with a Leo, particularly if it's a sexual relationship with a Leo. That's looking real solid. But back to career and finances. Maybe you work with that Leo. It's possible. So your energy is presenting as the world. Center of the world, center spotlight, center stage. All right, cool. Love that. What should we throw on it? We'll do some of these. Why is their energy presenting as the world? Again, a card of graduations, completions of cycles. So whatever you're doing, especially if you're not happy with it, you're about to be free. You're about to be liberated. Now that could go two different ways, right? I think you know what I'm getting at there, but let's see. The world is a very positive card though, and here's the thing. Even if you were to be let go, this would be a job that you don't like. It's a pain in the ass. So I mean, I guess this is saying have faith that if this cycle were to end either by your own doing or unexpectedly, it's actually what is meant to be because it's opening you up to new opportunities. Some of you may choose to leave on your own. Nights bring change and movement into our life. And as I'm saying, you're moving towards what you love, who you love, or what you love. And it would be something you're far more creative or passionate about. Something involving like wedding planning or clothing design, costuming, work on a stage. Counseling and helping families, particularly like sex advice, sexual, like I almost said sexual counseling. That's not what I mean, but I think you do know what I mean. Helping couples revive their relationships. It could even be like couples counseling, family counseling, counseling of children, offering love out into the world. Why is the world coming up in Aries energy here? You might end up working with some fixed zodiac signs. So Leo, as we mentioned, Scorpio, as we mentioned, Taurus, as we mentioned, or Aquarius. And then you also have the 5 of coins. So that's not the greatest in terms of all the financial cards you could get. Something about a cracked mirror. I don't know what that means. Okay, I just heard dreams are shattered. Okay, here's the thing. If some of you get released from a job, right? Don't make it your story if it's not. Initially, you're going to have this gut reaction of, oh my God, but what you're not realizing is, again, this would be a job that it was never your dream. It was never it was a temporary landing zone for you. It was never where you were supposed to end up. So no matter what happens, you're being asked to have faith in the universe that they're taking care of you. Like the God, universe, spirit, they know what's up. They're setting you free in a sense. This is almost like a baby being birthed through the canal. It's a renaissance. It's a rebirth of your creative spirit. Something about a Disneyland, a Disney princess. Is that what some of you want to be? Or some of you traveling to Florida or Hollywood or something about a Disney princess and specifically Frozen? I'm sorry guys. I don't know why. I don't know why that's coming through, but maybe that means something to someone. Not going to linger on that. Anyway. Yeah, don't let the shadow self get the better of you. There's something about the darker energy. If you let that fester, it's unhealthy. It's not good for your mental state. It's almost like take it in stride. I'm being told to tell you to be a Sagittarius. Always the optimist, right? Even sometimes in circumstances where you have to be a little bit more prudent. Sagittarius is typically, right, are very just like, go with the flow. All right, if I get fired, it's fine. Is what it is. I'm going to find my own way in the world. Let go of control issues, set yourself free. Those of you who want to be musicians, the spirit is advising you to go for that. At least as a side hobby because it's going to earn you additional income, particularly when times are tough. You may be able to do something online with that and offer online courses, teaching music, playing music at smaller venues or something about music will be good as additional income when times are tough, particularly those who are drummers or keyboardists. Yeah, oh my gosh. How many of you want to work on stage? I keep getting that metaphor of being literally on a stage. King of Swords is someone who's going to reach out to you because they see how you dance and they think it's beautiful and they want to recruit you for their company. Now that could be a metaphor, right? Because not all of you are dancers, but there's whatever your skill or hobby is that you love, your passion, the work that is a labor of love, you do it so gracefully, you do it so effortlessly. It's done with such ease. People are in awe. It's awe-inspiring and they can't look away. Again, something with music or dance, or something on stage. I keep being called to say that over and over and over again. You may end up going back to school to study this, and it would be tremendously far away from where you consider home. It could even be in another country. But yeah, it's caught the eye of someone who sees huge potential in you, and they're going to make you some sort of offer in a very blunt way, sort of in a way that seems too good to be true. It's almost like they pick you out of the crowd. They pick you out of a million or something like that. It's like you stand out among the rest. Like there's a lot of zodiac signs in this card, but you're right in the center. Again, dancing. To me, this is always like such a card of free dancing and liberation, and this would be an untraditional lifestyle or an untraditional career, and it's possible that you've been told since you were young that that could never be your career, that could never be your job. But somebody in your life does see potential in that, and again, it feels more like a recruiter. It's someone who has eyes on you. It's like they've zoomed in. Could even be like a cinematographer or a photographer, and maybe that's a romantic partner too. Again, something about a cross collaboration, but this is like one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's called Star Spinner Tarot. This deck is like so cool. I just got it. I just love it, right? Look how cool that card is and the color, and oh, it's amazing. So that's sort of where your energy is at. I know you guys are looking for like, but what about my money? Here's the thing, there's no pentacles here other than the Five of Pentacles, and that's the card of hardship. That's the card of times are tough, money is tight. So in advance, that's probably going to be in the cards, or literally, right, for some of you. Let's go ahead and clarify some of these. Your challenge or focus is the Three of Cups. Yeah, get yourself out of that lack mentality, that shoulda, coulda, woulda, or, you know, what if this happens or what if that. Whatever is keeping you from going after that fresh cup of love, that fresh cup of income, right? Money is a currency. There's money flow, right? It's trying to come into you. It's like the universe knows that's what you want, and yet you're resisting it. There's something inside you that believes that you shouldn't take that cup or you shouldn't try it. Maybe it involves a risk of some sort, specifically an emotional risk, moving away from the people you love, going to a different country or a different state or whatever. You need to use your own logic and guidance. You are always going to be in the driver's seat of your life. But I will say the help available to you is taking a leap of faith. Taking some sort of risk for a fresh new start, a fresh new beginning. The Fool, this is your energy, right? Zero, the very beginning of the major arcana, the start. The Ram, right? The head, it all starts with you, Aries. There's a need to be unflinching in your dedication to pursue this career. And the idea that God is shining his light on you, or universe, whatever you believe, you're shrouded in light. This is not coming from a place of lack or fear or anxiety. It's the idea that the universe will catch you if you fall, even quote unquote like mistakes. They're lessons that will serve you in this journey to moving towards what it is that you love. You need to face your fear, right? The idea of approaching a lion and going to, stroke the lion. It's this idea, it'll bite back. I'll get hurt. There's danger there. Again, with logic, in metaphor, you need to assess the situation. Where is this fear or anxiety coming from? Is it rooted in reality? Are there actual risks? And sure, potentially there are. So again, you need to weigh those out. But it's also saying that there's an idea that there's something about the fear is weighing you down. But if you were to understand that, like the mental prison you're keeping yourself in, some of these beliefs you're holding that are holding you back, they're false. They're not based in logic or truth. The swords are pointed down, right? Yeah, it's time to like realign your mind, body, and spirit and start viewing yourself as like full of abundance and self-made. You are going to be a self-made man, a self-made woman, but there is a sense of needing to leave the safety zone, leave the comfort zone, because if you're looking to lead a very affluent, abundant lifestyle, you're going to have to take some new risks, right? Nobody really ever got ahead in life by not taking risks. I think that's generally a safe assumption to make. You can still take your pet with you. It's fine. Some of you are like, but I don't want to leave my pet. You can take them with you. It's fine. You'll find a way. Knight of Coins. Yeah, you need to be very practical and strategic as you take this risk, but there will be money involved. And maybe it will involve spending a little bit of money in order to get some back. Maybe you're needing to make an investment. Maybe you're going to ask for a loan, and that's very scary. Maybe you're asking to borrow money from a parent, or specifically a sibling, a brother or a sister. But yeah, it's something about you'll get return on that. You'll get the return on whatever money you put out. Again, if you go after it with like a can-do attitude, that sounds so cheesy, but if you already know in advance, like, I'm rich as it is, anything else is just, chump change at this point. It's like, it's all about your mindset. It's about your mentality. Your final advice or guidance, though, is to choose a path. You know, you can stay where you are as long as you want, but you're holding the world in your hands, and it's almost like you're holding it in your hands, but create that world. Be an active player in that world. Be an active player in that career path, or in whatever it is you're looking to go towards. You're on the cusp. The 2 is all about decision making and choices, right? It's like, should I stay or should I go? Well, it's up to you. You're right there in the middle now, but yeah, for some of you, I'm saying this with love, but some of you may find that if a job that you don't enjoy anyway, if it's not looking good there, then there's no time like the present to start making strides to move towards what it is that you love. And for some of you, I keep wanting to say it's collaboration with a Leo. Bottom of your deck is 10 of Cups. Yeah, you may end up getting involved in some career where you meet your soulmate and the person that you're going to marry. If you're not currently with somebody, yeah, there's something about moving towards your dream career brings about your romantic partnerships. And I feel like we said that in your romantic spread as well. All right, Aries, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what resonates, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.